So yeah, this happens a lot in lower ranks where people just kind of group up in one lane. It just turns into a 5v5. Whenever this happens, either make something happen quick or leave and go farm. Alright, so at this point, the Infernus got really fed. I'm not sure how he did that, but that doesn't matter. Right now, the game's slipping out of your hands. Because you could have been really far ahead right now and carried the game. But now, you're losing to that Infernus, right? And he's going to be able to carry if you don't really get any stronger anytime soon. And the later into the game, the more spirit resist and debuff resist that Infernus is going to have. And it's going to be far harder for you to deal with him. Hello everyone, my name is Nathan, I'm Eternus 6 and I make educational content about Deadlock. And today we're gonna be doing another free coaching video. Thank you so much to everyone that sent in a submission this time around. I have reset the submission, so if you didn't make it this time, you can submit again and you have another chance next time. But today we're gonna be looking at Django, who is Archon playing Pocket. Django said in their submission that they usually do pretty well early on Pocket, but then fall off late game. Pocket does kind of fall off, especially compared to these, hey, that's my 7 build, hyper carries late game. Like Infernus 7, that just scale infinitely, basically. But I'm sure there's several things you could have done better this game, so we're going to be looking at it anyways. So let's quickly go over the build. So it looks pretty good overall. Suppressor I'm not really sure about. I don't think it's that good on Pocket because your ult doesn't proc it. Of course, when you have Spirit Burn, that does proc it. Instead, when you have to deal with M1 carries like Infernus, I would go for Phantom Strike late game. I think that would have been really good this game, especially since this guy doesn't have any debuff reducer or remover. He probably also won't buy it if you do pick up Phantom Strike. And one thing I'm noticing as well is that you don't have a single weapon item, which you probably did have early and you sold them, which is alright. But I think something like Kinetic Dash or Mystic Shot or Point Blank is still good on Pocket, just to get a little bit of weapon investment because your gun isn't terrible. Alright, let's get into the game. So you're playing Pocket Bebop against 7 Lash, which should be a pretty good lane for you guys. Especially if Bebop can land a hook on the 7, should just be an instant kill. So you start Satchel. I would start Cloak level 1 usually. It does a bit higher damage. It's like 20 more damage, level 1. And you can use it to AoE the wave and a hero, if you're lucky. Oh, that's unfortunate. Cheese Lash. Well, get your parry ready if people are melee hungry. They melee you once, definitely get your parry ready. Okay, so at least the Lash is really low as well, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, so your goal here should be to just push the wave quickly and buy a healing right. And the Lash can't really kill you because he has Slam and you have your Satchel, so you can always dodge it. Alright, so you can buy a healing right. Oh, no. Don't go extra regen here. When you're 1 HP, especially on Pocket. Pocket in general likes healing right a lot. Oh, nice. I like that you're taunting and baiting him here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, you trade. That's fine. Thanks so much. So here you don't really want to hit the wave because your Bebop will miss all the minions. Use your Satchel to dodge the sun. So yeah, like I was saying, in general, Pocket likes healing right a lot more. Because you have a low max HP pool, so it's really easy to heal back up with healing right. And you're going to be farming a lot, so healing right's going to keep you healthy as well. And I wouldn't really ever go for extra regen on Pocket. Just go healing right or Resto Shot. Resto Shot's also pretty good. Okay, so now we're in a pretty tough spot, but... Oh! Okay, nice. But with healing right, you would be full HP right now. Also, quick side note, but I noticed you have motion blur on. If you turn it off, it's gonna look a lot better, your game. And it's gonna be easier to spot things as well, because your game won't be blurry. If that 7 wants to push the wave into you guys while the Lash isn't there, that's good, because the Lash will just miss minions. Nice parry by the Bebop. Nice, good parry bait. But you trade. It's unfortunate, but you didn't really miss the wave. Oh, you actually survived. That's crazy. But yeah, notice how you're constantly at like 1 HP this lane since level 1. That's why you buy healing right, because when that happens, you just heal back to full, you just grab some boxes, and you're just gonna be full HP again, and then you can actually play the game, walk up. Because now you guys are just slowly losing the Guardian. As you can see, it's already half HP by 4 minutes. And this is perfect for the 7, because the 7 is just playing without any pressure on him. Because you are basically just too low to walk up to him and kill him. And the 7 can just farm up for free. Ooh. I think I heard the satchel, but it has an animation, so it was like barely too late. Throw in quick melees in your combo as well, on Pocket. It's gonna do like 70 extra damage per combo when you're in melee range. And people in this elo definitely don't parry quick melees. And a quick little trick, if you're unsure if people are gonna parry your quick melee, use your quick melee when they're dashing away from you. Because when they're dashing away from you, they're never gonna parry. That doesn't happen. So that's just a free quick melee every time. Nice, you can hit another quick melee there in that combo. Ooh. Okay, your aim is a little all over the place there.
Great job.
Also, just like my last coaching video, buffs are up. And it's a survival buff and you're really low, so that buff is actually really, really valuable for you right now. Keep in mind, they spawn at 5 minutes every 5 minutes. So here again, I would just buy Healing Right. Or it's actually 6 minutes, so you can boost back to base. That works as well. But you really need to just buy Healing Right, because you're, again, constantly playing at half HP or lower for no real reason. Okay, your Bebop is getting kills though. That's really good. Nice, good trade. Alright, so here I would just, after pushing this wave, go back to base, honestly. You have the zipline boost, you can quickly be back here. But now, because you've stayed for too long, you're gonna have to push this wave first. Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, use the satchel just a tad bit later. Honestly, your Bebop is kind of carrying this lane. He's doing a lot of damage with the bombs. He's landing hooks. And I think it's mainly just because you're not able to really help him, because you're constantly low, like I said. And because you're constantly low, even though you have a soul lead, you can't really push your lead. And you can't really take their Guardian, which should be your goal this lane. Your goal should be to take their Guardian. Alright, this should be a free kill. You don't have to always cloak backwards. You can just cloak in there. The lash isn't gonna kill you. And it was just a free kill on the 7. So what you do here is when you're looking at him here, you don't run to the right side here. You just look at him and you use your cloak, then your satchel, then you teleport to your cloak again. You use your cold front and you get a quick melee in there. And that's just an instant kill on that 7 there. And you don't really have to take your time to aim your cloak into a different direction or something. You just want to get the combo out as quickly as possible. Ooh, damn, that damage. Nice. Alright, so right now you should be able to take the Guardian, or at least most of it. Don't really bother going for the kill here. Just push the wave and hit the Guardian. That's what you're here for. You don't really care about killing that 7. But if he wants to die like that... Oh, he knows about the zipline 7 ult attack. Okay, good. This Lash is just running it down. And with how hard he's been running it down, it's actually kind of criminal you guys haven't taken their Guardian yet. So I really want you to just keep pushing these waves, try to take their Guardian. If you can't take their Guardian because their wave clear is too much, then just go and take their Sinner Sacrifices. Take a jungle camp, take some boxes. Because you need to push your lead in some way. Yeah, Spirit Shielding is a great pickup this game. Compressed cooldown on Cloak is interesting. I don't think it's bad, but I think it usually just put it on ult. Alright, so you go for the buff, that's good.
Cut them down, Shiv.
And we actually see the Lash on yellow here. So it's 3 on yellow, 2 on blue. So you guys should be hard pushing green right now and taking this Guardian. Yeah, good. Just run at him, kill him. Very good. Okay, so get the wave quickly and try to take that Guardian. That's what you're doing. Perfect.
It's acceptable.
Just afflict this guy instantly. Yes. Very nice. Okay, you missed it. That's unfortunate, but the idea was really good. Yeah, just take the Guardian and get out. Okay, so right now you're just standing around doing nothing, and I know it's like an awkward situation, but you have had your zipline boost since 6 minutes. Don't be afraid to use it, because you can't defend this Guardian alone, right? Especially when you're 1 HP. These guys are just gonna take it. Okay, nice. That works.
Just stay out of my way. Thanks.
Can someone go to yellow?
I also think you're picking up Majestic Leap just a tad bit too late. I don't think it's bad per se, but I like to pick it up before Superior cooldown because it really enables you to make plays around them up. Okay, so you used all your stamina bars before even engaging this guy, so you have only 1 now. And yeah, make sure to weave in the quick melees, because no one expects them, and they can really add up.
Together we can change the world.
That product should be a free kill. Ooh. Okay, that's unfortunate. You guys might still be able to take this Guardian. Alright, so your Bebop is putting pressure on yellow. So that's good. Alright, so you're waiting here for a very, very long time. Your Affliction is almost off cooldown again. So using 2 Afflictions in a single fight this early into the game is not a good sign. Because all this time you could have been farming as well. And you really like farm on Pocket and you farm quickly as well. So waiting for an angle this long is usually not a good idea. When you're grouping up this much and you're just sharing souls with your team. If you don't see the angle quickly, just leave again and go farm. Because getting to your power spikes is so important. You still don't have Majestic Leap, 14 minutes into the game, and that's a very, very big power spike. And you're almost there already, you only need 1k more souls. So yeah, this happens a lot in lower ranks where people just kind of group up in one lane. It just turns into a 5v5. Whenever this happens, either make something happen quick or leave and go farm. So look at that green wave right now. You could be eating that up and getting rich. But instead we're just hanging around here doing really nothing, honestly. And the soul lead has equalized at this point. And all this time we only got like what, 200 souls closer to our big power spike. Nice, you get a fat affliction. But this fight is kind of pointless, and you guys end up losing it as well. And now you guys are gonna be behind, actually. And look at that wave crashing into the green walker. Your team is just missing all that farm. So at 12 minutes, you were at 12k souls. And at 14 minutes, you were at 13k. And at 15 minutes, you barely made it to 14k. So that was less than 1000 souls per minute, which on a hero like Pocket, you definitely want to get more than 1k souls per minute at this point. And you might think, well, if I'm just farming here, I'm not really doing anything for my team and they're just fighting in mid and I want to help them. That's understandable, but you are doing something for your team by farming. Because one, you're getting to your power spikes, and when you get your power spikes, you're going to be able to fight faster and stronger, which is great for your team. But also, pushing a side wave creates a lot of pressure, because if you're pushing that green wave, for example, all the way to the enemy walker, you're gonna force someone to respond to that wave, right? Because if they don't, they're gonna take walker damage, and they're gonna lose that entire wave worth of souls. And whenever someone does respond to that wave, you have two options. You can either use that time to more safely take their enemy jungle camps in the area, while you're waiting for the wave to come into a safe spot for you to take it again. Or that's when you can rotate to the blue lane and create a numbers advantage fight there. Because those are fights you want to take. Whenever you're fighting 5v5, that really doesn't give you any advantage. So you want to create a scenario where you have an advantage in a fight. And the biggest advantage you can have is of course numbers advantage. But like I said, if you have your power spike, that's also a really good advantage. Alright, so at this point, the Infernus got really fed. I'm not sure how he did that, but that doesn't matter. Right now, the game's slipping out of your hands. Because you could have been really far ahead right now and carried the game. But now, you're losing to that Infernus, right? And he's going to be able to carry if you don't really get any stronger anytime soon. And the later into the game, the more spirit resist and debuff resist that Infernus is going to have, and the harder it is going to be for you to deal with him.
I got him.
Fuck, I'm so far away.
Alright, keep an eye on yellow here. They might be pushing it soon. Yeah, there's the 7. So take this and then go defend yellow.
Oh my god, bro. Amazing.
Okay, so now the game is really awkward because you guys don't have any waves pushed and you're kind of just bleeding right now. All your walkers are taking damage. And of course, that's not completely your fault. Yeah, for the last like 6 minutes, all you've done is just fighting. And you've taken like 1 or 2 camps in between. And you haven't taken any solo waves. So on Pocket, if you have the opportunity, especially in a team like this, by the way, where only you and Shiv really are heroes that like to side lane, what you should be doing is just claiming a side lane for yourself, taking all that farm you can, and taking jungle camps in between. And like I said, you push it as far as you can, and then you take enemy jungle camps if you can. Or you rotate towards mid or somewhere else and look for a fight when you have your power spikes and when you have a numbers advantage. And you have to be quick with your fights. When you use all your cooldowns, you either finish off a kill. If you don't see the angle, you just leave and you go back to what you were doing. You go back to farming. Alright, so Bebo gets the yellow walker, that's good. You don't have to fight here. If he dies here, that's fine. If you can save him maybe with your affliction, that's also fine, of course. Okay, you might be able to get this kill very slowly. Okay, nice. That's it. Just leave and go farm. What you could also do here is TP to green and help out your team there. But I don't like what you're doing here because you're not going to kill this Lash unless he does something really, really stupid. Okay, so clear the wave. You shared it with 3 people. Not optimal. Your teammates could have cleared that wave as well, right? And you could have taken that tier 2 camp from the enemies right there. Okay, so you're TPing green, that's good to defend it.
Green Walker is under attack.
Use your Majestic Leap at the start when they haven't damaged you yet. It's gonna give you a barrier as well, which could have made the difference here. So I think you just slowly die here, and you end up losing the walker anyways. Yeah. So your goal there should be to Majestic Leap instantly and clear the wave. Because when they don't have the wave, they're going to take walker damage. They're not going to be able to take the walker anymore. And it's going to buy time for your team to show up. And then you can kill them. So yeah, I would say at this point the game's kind of over because their hyper carries are not far behind at all. In fact, the Infernus is 10k ahead on pretty much all of you guys. So yeah, at this point the game's kind of completely out of your hands, right? And that just comes down to a lack of efficiency, which is, I think, one of the biggest things I see in these ranks especially, is people are just not efficient enough on these heroes that really like to have a high soul count. You really need to be quick and decisive with your map movements in this game, because if you aren't, you're gonna fall behind in souls. Especially if you're gonna be perma-fighting in mid with your team grouped up like you were in this game during the early mid game.
Protect the stronghold.
We can do shit with Infernus. Great.
Okay, so here I would like you to just go yellow to hold that wave. Okay, you're spending an awful long time in base here deciding on what you should buy. And you end up not picking up anything, okay. Go yellow. Yeah, okay, you spot it. Yeah, you should have been here already to make sure 7 can take this, because now he can. You can just keep shooting him there. He's 1 HP, you're full HP. Okay, that works.
Thanks for the help.
Right here in your hot little hands.
You're definitely spending an awful long time in base.
Headed to York.
Yeah, you're not gonna be killing the guy. So what you could do here instead is, instead of hard chasing this guy, okay, actually you guys might be able to get him. You can dash on in. You have your... Okay, well it works out. You don't have to be afraid there when he ults because you have your satchel to dodge it. Okay, so you guys end up dying. It's unfortunate, but you can see you had to invest so much into killing that Infernus at this point because he's just so fed. Also, Warp Stone is a great option. You can sell Resto Shot for Warp Stone at this point. It's a great item. Or you could upgrade to Transcendent Cooldown. Also fine. Right, so you probably end up dying here. You might be able to stop your team together here, but it's 6v4 right now. Your Dynamo doesn't have ult, so it's not great. If the enemy team is smart here, they just do the mid boss. Okay, nice moves.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Yeah, again, we're just wasting so much time fighting and not really achieving anything. And this is a bad fight as well because you guys are heavily outnumbered. Your Dynamo doesn't show up here, which is good by him because he doesn't have ult. He's kind of not a hero right now. So he's just making sure he's pushing out the yellow wave. But you guys shouldn't be fighting here. If the enemy team is any smart, they just do mid boss here. While you don't have ult, or you didn't really. They started it a bit earlier. Dynamo doesn't have ult. They got 2 picks. Yeah, okay, so they're smart enough. So what should happen here is they take mid boss and they can just pretty much choke you guys out, end the game.
The rejuvenator is descending.
So again, what really happened this game is you didn't have early impact because you weren't farming efficiently enough. And because of that, the game slipped completely out of your hands and you have basically 0 impact at this point. So you really, really want to put yourself in a position to where you can carry later on into the game. And that's going to come down to farming a lot more efficiently in the early mid game. And as long as that Infernus is able to keep himself out of the Dynamo ult, you're not going to be able to kill him. And even then, actually, they might just have a rescue beam for him.
They will return, and we must be ready.
You can spend that money here wherever you want.
Just fight inside base if you can.
Nice, good affliction. Yeah, that's all you can really do at this point. You can afflict them, hope your team cleans up. But you guys are pretty far behind. You don't really have a lot of damage on your team, so... So yeah, you guys are just gonna slowly lose at this point. Alright, your aim is also a bit iffy. Could definitely use some work. Actually, if you guys are interested in me making a video about aiming in Deadlock, let me know, because I could make that. So really, you guys only have one way of winning this game, and that is hoping that the enemy team makes mistakes and lose a fight, and then you guys can take mid pulls maybe. But yeah, that is just hoping and praying that the enemy team is bad, and while they will often make those mistakes, and you can make a comeback and win, it's better to just put yourself in a position where you're strong anyways, and you can carry.
Such arcane mysteries I will show you. The Ixion needs to be stopped before it's too late. With others, Ivy.
Okay, that 7 is ending the game though. Keep an eye on that. Are you guys just not gonna stop that 7? Oh no. Okay, yeah, even in team fights, keep an eye on the map. Okay, this is a really fun way to lose actually. Alright, well, GG's. That is funny. Alright, so yeah, that was the video. I hope it was educational for you guys. If it was, please consider subscribing, liking the video, really helps out my channel. And of course, if anything was unclear, please let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye bye.